Well, hello everyone and welcome to UnityCraft Reunited. As you might see in the background, some things over here look a bit different from regular Minecraft. This is a modded Minecraft survival server. So, you might be unfamiliar with UnityCraft, which is fine. I was a member of the UnityCraft server back in Season 1 and 2, and this is technically Season 4. But we're calling it UnityCraft Reunited because, well, this isn't a normal season. As you can see, we are in modded Minecraft. And you might be wondering, this is episode 1, why do I have this stuff over here? Well, that's because the server has already been open for over 2 months. But due to some technical difficulties as well as some personal stuff happening with me being really busy with school and stuff, it took me a little while to get really started. And then when I did, I forgot to press the record button. So yeah. Collecting a couple of things would have been real nice to have in a little montage right now, but alas, I am stupid. Besides collecting some stuff myself, I also was gifted a little something. This is from Hansesh, who is a member of the server, as well as this, which is like a makeshift shulker box contraption of sorts that he showed me. But like the diamond armor, just because this is episode 1, I will not be using it for this episode at least. I did get myself some iron armor, which I will put on in a little bit, but I don't like the look of it, so I might find another mod that like kind of disables the armor on player characters. Before I tell you guys my plans for this season, let me just show you guys how I got this stuff without doing a montage, and that's really easily with this map over here. So this is the area that I've chosen. I'm kind of planning, this is the area I've chosen. What I'll do with it, I'll explain in a little bit, but spawn is right over here. So I'm really quite close to spawn. Then my first plans originally were to go out here and then create my base over here. But I found that it was just a little too far from spawn and it felt kind of isolated. And because we had some server issues, my stuff over here got wiped anyways. So I decided to up and leave and move to here. You can see that there's already a path to me, which is also done by Hans because he is a madman. And it's connected up to a couple of the other players already. So most of the stuff that you can see in here, it's all like collected from villages, mined a little bit, chopped a couple of things, and tried to do a bit of farming. Because I am right over here, there's a huge village over here which wasn't entirely looted yet, so I took a couple of things from there. Then there's also a village over here, which is on that mountain over here. I'm not sure if you can see it. Yeah, there's a house. So I looted that because this one was like left alone. Then there's also a village over here which was looted a little bit, but they left like a couple of decorations. And then there's also another big village like the one over here, which wasn't looted at all. So I got quite a bit of stuff from all of them. Mainly like in the decorational bits and bobs over here, as well as a bit of armor, which I gladly took. So that's at least how I got the starting stuff that you see behind me right now. Now for my plans, this village over here I will most likely leave alone for the most part. Maybe I'll make like a little wall around it or upgrade it a little bit. But for the beginning of the series, I don't really have plans for this part over here. On this side of this river over here, so this general area where you can see my mouse surrounding right now, I'm planning to create some sort of a farming village. This is going to be my starter base-ish. Well, not really, my starter house is going to be likely over here and will most likely be some sort of a woodcutter's cabin. But the farming village is going to go over here. We have a mod in this mod pack called Farmer's Delight. If I can do a little something. Farmer's Delight, which includes like a lot of different crops, food and stuff, and I kind of want to focus on that as well as the regular just crops that Minecraft offers. And create a farming village with slight optimizations and slight automations included as well. I can see that it's becoming nighttime because my map is getting dark. Anyways, on the other side, once we like kind of get settled and get further into the series, I want to kind of like go with the times and go to industrial area, and that will be on the other side of the river right over there. I'm also now realizing that I'm showing all this with this map when I wait, what? Oh yeah, that's a different mod. I think it's called What Are They Up To, which shows like when a player is in an inventory. Anyways, I got this book over here with some plans. So make a farming village, as I said, every crop needs a farm. That's on this side of the river. Then the industrial area is on the other side of the river. Other farming farms like pumpkin and melon farms, bees and dyes. This point is what I meant with like slight automizations in the farming village itself. Then we got villager trading. I said doesn't need to be a hall or something like that, but just something that allows me to trade somewhat easily. I am within like close proximity of 4 villages, so I'll see what I'll do with that. And I'll need to take a look at all of the mods that we have, because personally I don't really know every single mod that's in here. We have quite a lot, and then kind of decide what makes sense to do at what point in the series. Then try to automate more things, as I said, like the bees. I want to have an automatic bee farm, maybe something that allows me to get some dyes, all of that. And then above all, make a pretty area. So those are the plans for the series as far as I've come up with for right now. The starter base will probably be like in this little clearing over here, which wasn't the clearing, I cleared it myself with hard labor. Hard labor meaning some of this. Hold up. We have a mod that I'm not sure if I'm on board with, but it is easy. Cover your ears because this is going to be very loud. It does that. And I got jump scared a couple of times already. I'm not sure if I still have the footage of that, because it's been months. But one time I chopped a tree, didn't expect the whole thing to go, and I just kind of went, well, if I can find the footage, I'll show it right now. For now though, I think it is time to get settled some more. I have mostly run out of like ores and stuff. So I kind of want to do some mining, so let's gear up with our iron armor. Looking very nice. I will find a mod eventually to like kind of disable this because I like my skin. Yep. Call me narcissistic. I can't zoom in this mod pack. Anyways, now that we're all up to speed, let's get to mining. And I'll most likely just make a little montage of that because, let's face it, I can't zoom in this mod pack. I'll just stand up here. Let's face it, mining in the beginning phases is kind of boring. We've seen that on YouTube for like over 10 years now. So yeah, enjoy. So that trip to the mine was quite alright. It's smelting in the furnaces right now. I got a little bit of iron, bit of copper, and then also a lot of building blocks like just cobblestone and stuff. So I'm pretty happy with that. It's smelting over here right now. I think I got 37 iron, as well as a little over a stack of copper, which is all in here. I also got some zinc for create. I'm not really sure what to do with that yet, but we'll figure that out in a later episode, I reckon. And then over here, quite a bit of andesite. For some reason, a whole lot of that cave was andesite. Got a little bit of cobblestone, some dirt and stuff, but at least quite enough materials to start building something. Also, you might have noticed that it looks like I don't have armor on. That's because I did install a resource pack that allows me to kind of like hide the armor. I just think it looks a little bit better. But in the left bottom corner of the screen, you can see that I'm wearing iron armor, as well as over here in the inventory. In the meantime, here and there, I'm taking a little look at the farm area over here and harvesting the things that aren't done, just so that I can have a little bit of a supply, because, as I said, I do want to make a farming village, and I'll need a lot of crops for that. But for now, I think we do have enough materials to start building our starter base. And I might have said it before, but I don't remember. I'm thinking of creating a little woodcutter's cabin. And I think it would be nice to place that right over here in this little clearing. You might be wondering, why do you want to create a woodcutting cabin if your plan is to get a farming village? But in my head, in terms of like lore, let's call it lore, it kind of makes sense to have a woodcutting cabbage. Not cabbage, a woodcutter's cabin. Because, well, we want the farming village over here, but first of all, I don't really have that many crops as of right now. So it's going to be a little bit difficult to create a reasonable farming village. But wood is something we do need to create the houses of the farming village, so having a little woodcutter's cabin in the area kind of makes sense, at least as far as I'm concerned. But that's going to be the starter base right over here, and I think I'm just going to get a little replay mod going and try my best. See you in a little bit. And of course, it starts raining the second I want to create a little time lapse. So yeah, I guess I'll just have to wait this one out a little bit, because otherwise the replay mod doesn't look as nice. Perfect. I do think I have enough wood, but let's just in case maybe collect a little bit more mangrove and dark oak, just so I can have a bit more variance. Oh my god. The sun is setting. I got a little overstack, literally a stack and one. I got more of the roots because that's mangrove for you. So let's sleep, let's head home, and then finally get building our little starter base. Would you look at this cutie? I am actually quite happy with it. It actually took me quite a while to get everything the way I wanted it to look. And I now notice that I'm missing a little button over there. Let me just quickly place that. There we go. Anyways, here we have it for you. It was probably a small selection of shots of me building this house. For me, it took, I think, actually around 1.5 hours because of all the little details I wanted to add in. We got the little woodcutter's cabin itself over here, looking, in my honest opinion, quite nice. There for some decoration, I added a little bit of chopped up wood on the side over here. I kind of spruced up, pun not intended, this area over here with a couple of the berries and red, like kind of forestry. And then on this side over here, I also added a little campfire where we are smoking up some salmon. I don't actually think this works, but I thought it looked quite nice. On the inside, I did some slight decoration over here. We got a little workstation over here with a regular crafting table, as well as a, what was this called again? I think a storage crafter? Yeah, not really sure what it's needed for just yet, but I did need it for those fishies. We got a stone cutter, a couple of things like this woodcutter is working on in like lore wise, like a little boat and a sword over here. We got a little bench or bed. This is the return of the orange bed. If you have watched earlier seasons of my UnityCraft episodes, first of all, thank you for still being here. Second of all, the orange bed was kind of a little nod to those seasons. I always used to have an orange bed because my skin was orange and blue then. Oh, how times have changed. In the corner I got my lectern with the goals that I've showed off earlier. Then over here I have got a little pot just as some decoration. And then a whole lot of storage over here for all my different wood types, which isn't a lot as of right now. Also got a little back door over there, but that's pretty much it. Why did it take so long? I don't know. I needed to get used to all of the new blocks in the mod pack as well, and I just kind of wanted to take my time with it, make it look quite nice. Also got a couple of the chopped up logs. Like, obviously when you are an actual woodcutter in real life, you don't take the whole entire tree out of it. So we got a little bit of the wood stumps over here to kind of simulate the feeling that, yes, this person has in fact chopped up some trees in the neighborhood. And then this over here is the backside. He's growing a couple of potatoes over there. I don't know, I didn't know what to add over here. Just wanted a little something. And more of these logs and stuff. A bit of ivy over there as well to kind of make it look natural. I think it has charm. I feel like it has enough purpose to be here, and I just like it. We finally have something over here in this area to call our own, something that is visible on a map, and I'm really glad that it's here. I can finally call this place my base. But sadly, that is all I have time for today's episode. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, first of all, thank you so much. And secondly, I want to take the time to apologize for the really long wait in between videos. I've been having a quite busy period at school. Not really sure how it translates over to like other school systems, but here in the Netherlands, I'm kind of busy with my graduation path. Which means I have to do a couple of different things in order to be able to get all of the points needed to graduate. Something like that. It's quite difficult to explain. But I've been really busy doing that and nearly graduated. Should be either September or August when I get my my papers, my diploma, and yeah. Starting from like kind of right now, I should have a bit more time to focus on YouTube again. So expect more of me in the near future. But today I'm going to leave it at this because this is all I have time for and I really want to start uploading again. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next episode of UnityCraft Reunited. Take care. Bye bye.